News.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Welcome to the True Sports Card Show. I'm Whitey Gleason, back from a vacation during which I saw Superman. Then I saw him again last night in the A's win over Houston. But as good as Nick Kurtz was in Houston, and as powerful as Superman is at the box office,
here we go.
Neither one is a match for the star of our show when it comes to the raw, ungraded power of personality. He's got some big news today. Let's hear it for Emran Pilati, Mr. True Sports Cards. Woo!
Raw, ungraded power.
Raw, ungraded power of personality. Right here.
Good morning, everybody, to the True Sports Card Show here on Sacktown Sports 1140. I missed you, Whitey. I missed you. I had to actually record the show because I was too nervous to do it live.
It was curious because you told me where you were, and I went there, and you weren't actually there. So I kind of got the sense maybe he just wants to go solo this week.
And we got along just fine. How was your week off?
It was nice. Went up to Tahoe a little bit, as I believe you did as well.
You were in Tahoe, really?
Yes.
I don't know if you're joking right now.
Yes, went up there, just a quick trip Thursday.
So we were both there, and you didn't want to tell me.
I just told you.
After we're done, we were within proximity of each other. You didn't even let me know that you were there, even though you knew I was there?
I didn't know what days you were there.
Why check?
Yeah.
Why check?
Where were you staying?
Where did I stay? Oh, I stayed at, we always stay at the same place. It's called Hotel Azur.
Oh, we
Sounds
drove right
fancy.
by there, yeah.
We drove right by there to our nicer
That's right
hotel.
across from the lake, right? I mean,
Correct.
Yeah.
There's actually a Hotel Beckett there, 1T. So there's Hotel Beckett. That's across from the little area, there's a shopping area.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've stayed at the Jeffrey before. It sounds very, very posh, but it's not. But it's pretty, I don't know, we're people that like to go out and go do things.
Sure.
As long as the room's big enough for Beckett to have his little sleep pod, we're fine.
Yeah. We were at the Marriott Inn and Suites or whatever it is. So we were in the same general area as you, but I didn't see any card stores.
No, there was not.
And I always look, try to casually just, there's a strip mall.
No
card shops.
Do you want to work at a card shop in Tahoe? Well, maybe we'll open one. Hey, what in the Nick Kurtz is going on here?
Wow.
All right, let's talk about it. For those of you that don't pay attention to baseball, Nick Kurtz, who plays for the A's, played against the Houston Astros. I saw only the highlights last night, but I kept getting text messages saying, can you get Nick Kurtz to sign autographs at your autograph expo? And when you have that kind of multiple texts coming in, and friend of the show, Wes, who is our good buddy that always gives the great tickets when he can't go to the game. So whenever I sit, right there at the A's at Sutter Health Park, Wes is the one that's always so generous to our family.
You're always heckling Nick Kurtz. Come to the Autograph Expo!
What the heck? This guy hits 4 home runs. Now, you obviously watched the replays, or did you watch it live?
I was not seeing. I was following along on social media, and I saw, posts that he had 2 home runs, and then I saw that he's hit 2 home runs since this post, and I was just flabbergasted. Almost hit 5, of course. Came very close to hitting 5.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, one of his, and it wasn't his last at-bat, but he hit one off the top of the wall as well.
What?
For a double, yeah.
Wow, that guy went oppo field on 3 of those home runs, which is wild.
Yeah, it's funny you were talking about the highlights. Sometimes you watch the highlights of like a 2-1 game, and the highlights take 8 minutes at most. The highlights for this game probably took 20 minutes because the A's had so many highlights. Nick Kurtz alone. You know what?
Well, think about it. He hit home runs back-to-back innings, meaning they went through the entire lineup one time through one inning.
Yeah, 8 RBI, and he scored 6 runs, which is really unusual, too. For one guy to score 6 runs in a game is very unusual.
We need to talk about the card portion of this.
Please.
Okay, so Wes and I, as I mentioned, Wes, we were texting this morning, and Wes either hits me up late or early. Middle of the day, the guy's pretty busy, but hits me up and he goes, what's the card values? Well, we see that the card values of his Bowman Chrome rookie card have been selling consistently right around that $2 to $4 mark.
Mm-hmm.
Today alone, there's been 4 sales of that same exact card for $20.
Woo!
Base. No autograph, no refractor. We're talking about base. So here we are. It's all about that base, as Megan Trainor once said. You know who that is, right?
Yes.
You have no clue who that is.
I know who Megan Trainor is.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who is she?
She's WWE female star. No, I know Megan Trainor. She's an actress or singer or something.
Moving.
Maybe a gymnast.
Yes, the gymnast that talks about all about that base.
Yeah.
The base card is going for $20, which is pretty incredible. And that's not even counting an autograph. But you found a nice little niche in the 2025 Don Russ.
I told you she was a singer.
I told you she was a singer as I Googled her.
Yeah. I said she was a singer.
You are still on vacation.
Right.
What I'm realizing.
Uh-huh.
You're not my guy today.
I was right. Okay. Let's move on.
So Nick Kurtz, in his 2025 Don Russ rated prospect card, you found a little what happened here?
Well, I know
right?
weeks and weeks ago you brought up what I thought was a great question. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I thought it was a great question. You were wondering about the Don Russ, the Panini products, when they come out, because Panini doesn't have the rights to say athletics. Pardon me for spitting. I'm so excited. What are they going to put?
Can you hand me a towel, please? This is gross.
Because the last few years they would put Oakland. Well, they're not Oakland. They're not technically Sacramento. What are they going to put? And they actually, on the cards that you're talking about, the Nick Kurtz rookie cards, Don Russ 2025, it says OAK on it. Nick Kurtz OAK.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, they're not OAK.
Yeah, but that's not going to be an error card because they're all going to say that, I assume.
Unless they change it. But error cards of the 80s were fun. But error cards today is like, why they mess up?
They missed it by
They're supposed to say Oakland.
Yeah.
That's kind of mean. That's how I sound when I was talking about it. So, yeah, very interesting. Nick Kurtz now.
Better when I'm dancing.
He's
Megan
pulled. Now you're quoting Megan
Trainor.
Trainor songs.
I'm a big fan.
And also of that wrestler, Steve White, who doesn't exist, by the way. SummerSlam's in 2 weeks, by the way. We got to talk about that.
Steve White exists here?
And in your heart.
Yes.
So, Megan Trainor had that song all about that bass from a decade plus ago, Whitey says MC in the YouTube chat tell.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was about a decade, right? You were thinking about that? Yeah. He has no clue, MC.
2016, I was thinking.
He's sitting in front of Google, guys, if you're not watching on YouTube. Okay, so Nick Kurtz has now pulled into the lead for most likely to get Rookie of the Year. Now, if you remember, everybody, I was telling you that I wanted those red RC Bowman Chrome cards of Jacob Wilson because he was so far ahead to win Rookie of the Year. He was minus 1,000. What does that mean for the betting world? That means that if you put you'd have to put $1,000 at risk in order to win $100. That's how far in front he was as the Rookie of the Year. Well, since June 6th, Jacob Wilson has been hitting less than 200. 181 is what he's batting right now.
He did get hit in the wrist during that time, but yeah, you're right. What happened is baseball happened. Yeah.
And he went through that, and now he's a plus 325, meaning if you bet 100, you'd win 325. But Nick Kurtz has now moved into the lead of Rookie of the Year. So as I was buying those red RCs at $60 and $80, I've probably, unless Jake Wilson does something here shortly, I'm probably going to lose money on that one because that red RC is going to go back down to $4, $6, $8. It looks like Nick Kurtz has pulled into the lead, and if he just stays steady, I think this guy wins Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, but there's a long ways to go, and it's baseball. You just never know.
Recency bias.
But he's hit 23 home runs. He's only played like 19 games or whatever it is.
You're exaggerating, but 68.
Yeah.
68 games, and the guy's hit, 20-something home runs.
23. And, of course, he had 19 going into last night. Yeah, he had 23.
Do you remember, did it say, Anthony, if you could stat boy us, please, if you could tell us what the last time that somebody hit 4 home runs. Do you recall
Eugenio Suarez did it
earlier this year?
Yeah. But a rookie has never done it.
Never.
Right.
I remember when I was watching the game, Cardinals versus, I can't remember who it was, but it's Cardinals. Mark Whitten hit
hard hitting Mark Whitten.
I watched that game. I happened to watch it live for some reason. Anyways, I'm just reading the chat tell. I'm reading the chat tell. So yeah, congratulations to Nick Kurtz for really bringing it. And it's interesting because I'm a Giants fan through and through. I've been that way for a long time. But I'm just watching these A's. It's not like I'm going to every game, but I'm paying attention to every box scores. I'm watching the games. Beckett is a Soderstrom fan. Beckett loves
Me too.
Soderstrom. Yeah, I posted something about Beckett wearing the A's outfit yesterday, and Soderstrom liked it. So that was kind of nice to see him.
Don't you know his agent?
I do.
You got to tell him, bro, there's just an automatic waiting to happen endorsement deal, Soderstrom for SodaStream. I mean, it's just,
Oh my goodness!
right? It practically writes itself. SodaStrom. I'm Eric Soderstrom for SodaStream.
I'm writing this down.
Yes.
Excuse me here. I'll be gone
Big
for a minute. Let me
bucks.
just type this up.
Yeah.
Now, if you could just get us a sponsor. We're looking for sponsors at
I
this
just called
point.
him
people.
Eric. Sorry, I got his name wrong. I got his first name wrong. Tyler Soderstrom.
Yes, Tyler.
Yeah, sorry.
He's not a fan of you right now.
Right.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. The Sacramento Autograph Expo is in full effect. I mentioned last week on the show when you weren't here, I talked about how we moved from the Roeblen Center back down to Jones Hall.
Mhm.
Well, that instantly sold out.
And what's the date on this for those who aren't?
September 26th, which is a Friday, 27th is Saturday, 28th is Sunday, and it's going to be at the grounds in Roseville. They call it at the grounds, but it's the fairgrounds where they have the Placer County Fair, etc. And so I thought that I couldn't fill the big center, okay, because I was concerned, and I don't know if I could have because there was 400 tables. So I begged and pleaded, can you come back down and let's go to the other one that we've been doing the last 3 years? They said yes, and then within 3 days we sold out that entire venue.
Mhm.
So then I was like, okay, is there the other building available? They said yes. I said, okay, I'll take that building so that way I can move the autograph guys to the other building. And then we went to 100 tables, and then that sold out within a week. So right at this moment, I'm sold out of dealer tables. I'm holding a couple for a couple friends until they can give me the commitment. But we're looking probably more like 130 to 150 tables at this show, plus all the autograph guests.
Right.
The website is available right now, sacautograph.expo.com. I've been working on it all week. Me and my assistant have been helping me with that. And SAC Autograph Expo, we've got the tickets available for Friday solo, Saturday solo, Sunday solo, and we have 2 VIP setups. So VIP 1 is for the 3-day pass, and VIP 2, the super VIP, gives you the 3-day pass and a bunch of goodies. So let me just go through these real quick, Whitey. Sorry to put you on pause here for a second. Feels like you're on vacation yet again.
I'm on pause.
Yeah, just don't talk. Okay, my turn. My show.
Mhm.
The 3-day comes with free autographs. So if not only do you get all 3 days to be able to get in, you also get autographs from selected players. 2 of the selected players I've already announced. You can see them on the website. Terrence Long, the A's fun player. T-Long will be there. His autographs are roughly about $15, but if you have the VIP, it's included in that. So you're getting Terrence Long is free. And then a shout back from the 80s, a Sacramento native, Lloyd Mosby, who
Great
played
guy.
Yeah,
A really good player.
the all-star from the Toronto Blue Jays of the 80s and early 90s.
What an outfield they had. Bell, Mosby, and Barfield.
Barfield was out there too. Yeah, Jesse. Yeah, and I'm trying to think who else was on that team. So it was George Bell, went by Jorge Bell with a J at the beginning of his card career. I mean, that's what I remember George A. Bell's collecting him. But George Bell was a big name back then. And that's team, I'm trying to think, that Blue Jays team had like Kelly Gruber at third. Who played first? Do you recall that?
Was it Fred McGriff? No, I'll come up with it at some point.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to
I think
think.
that was
Maybe it
Freola
was.
Rude.
Might have been McGriff.
Depends what years we're talking.
McGriff was 86, was his rookie year. And
he
he
traded
was.
in 93, so he was probably on, depending on what year.
You only cared when he got to the Padres.
He was on, yeah.
So I'm going to be announcing more to this, but we've announced our first 4 guests. I've mentioned them before. So we got Lloyd Mosby and Terrence Long. They're part of the VIP ticket. So you're getting that. If you buy the super VIP, not only do you get parking passes, 3-day to the event, free autographs from the selected players, but you're also going to get included photos for you to get these autographs with. So you don't have to worry about finding something for them to sign. We're including that too. Also, we have the future Hall of Famer, 49ers great, Frank Gore will be there signing autographs. So Frank Gore tickets are available on sale on the site. I'm excited to see Frank Gore. I've never met him in person. I've seen him a couple times just in passing, but
He's more excited to meet you, I think.
I would say so. He's probably like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
By the way,
And
Fred McGriff was on those teams, 87, but Willie Upshaw played first base.
Willie Upshaw.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think who was the
I know
catcher
you
back-
wanted to talk, but I had to jump in because the YouTube viewers, the more you talk, they're just like in a death spiral. So
They're
I
like,
said-
move.
I just had to
Hey,
interject
card guy,
something.
shut up so
There
that way
wasn't
Whitey
much,
gets
but
off.
I had to interject something.
I'm still triggered by that card guy comment that one day. That was about a month ago. For those of you listeners, the loyal listeners, you know what happened. But one of your regulars on your Drive Guy show called in, happened to find out hearing you on the radio on a Saturday and was surprised. Called in and basically told me, "Hey, card guy, shut up! I want to talk to Whitey about this or whatever he was going to go on pontificating."
By the way, Mr. Nobody says, sold my Nick Kurtz Kaboom for $520. Maybe I sold it too soon? A question for Emran.
You know what? What'd you do with the 520? Did you do something good with it? That's what I tell people.
Did you plow it back into your collection?
Or did you buy a really nice watch? Or did you put, did you buy gas for your boat and truck? I don't know what you did with that 520. So I would tell you, don't worry about what you may have lost in opportunity cost, because when did you think that he was going to hit 4 home runs? If you had planned that stuff ahead of time, let me know what the lottery numbers are.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have ever thought that a guy would be hitting 4 home runs for the A's?
You got $520 for it, no matter what happened. You did okay, right?
It's all relative.
Yeah.
It's all relative. All right, let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, we also have the Big Smooth. Sam Perkins will be at our show.
Really?
Yes, he is. His tickets are available right now as well. So you have 4 tickets available for you to purchase. Terrence Long, Lloyd Mosby, if you choose to just buy them on their own, it's up to you, but they are included in the VIP package, and I'll be adding more players to the VIP free package. We have Frank Gore, the future Hall of Famer. I think he's number 2 in rushing yards all time. 2, at least 3. And we know that he's going to go in the Hall of Fame. He retired as a Niner. He signed a one-day contract.
Look it up, so I'll look it up.
Yeah, Anthony.
I don't know what he's doing.
Anthony, wake up.
I'm up.
This guy's been here since 3:30 this morning for the fishing show. So we're fishing for stats. Anthony, what do we got? Do we have, where's Frank Gore in the?
Frank Gore is actually third.
Third. Yep.
Behind Emmitt Smith and Walter Payton, just ahead of Barry Sanders.
So we've got the guy that's ahead of Barry Sanders. Did Barry Sanders come in 4th with that short of a career? That's shocking.
Yeah,
he retired at 30.
15,269, but now you got Gore at 16 even. Peyton 16,
like on the nose.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That had been planned. He probably was going for a run.
How many do I
like,
have? You have 16,003. All right, I'm going to lose.
I'm going to lose 3. I'm going to kneel down. So we got Frank Gore and then Sam Perkins, the Big Smooth, the big lefty. He was a big shoot, a big that shot threes kind of before Big started shooting threes.
He was a stretch big, yeah. When it wasn't really a thing yet.
I met him in Tampa. That's how we got connected. He's a great guy. My friend Jamie booked him. So we have many players that we're going to be announcing, but there's our first 4, including the future Hall of Famers, Frank Gore. So go to the website right now, sacautographexpo.com. and pick up your tickets.
By the way, potential future topic on the show, what has happened to the running back, the bell cow running back, and how has that impacted card values? Look at some of these guys like, those guys were great. Go on YouTube, look up their highlights, and now, teams just go through running backs.
I got a live shout out. Sorry, I got to interrupt you. We've got my guy, Mike. Mike, who is Mike S. I won't out his name out loud, but he's a frequent customer who buys jerseys and gets them framed through our framing division. Mm-hmm. He just bought 2 Super VIP tickets right as we're on the radio. Mike, shout out Mike.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
The S stands for shout out.
This S stands for some money coming in.
Yeah, for you.
And it's not going to me. It's definitely filtering through to the athletes. All right, so we've got the expo, which is incredible. I'm save that date, but I have 2 other really cool events.
Ooh.
One that you know about and one that you don't. August 9th, we have in our shop our trade night. As you know, we have hundreds of people that come through there. Trade night's going to be August 9th, which is a Saturday from 6 to 9. For those of you that follow us on the show, I would love for you guys to come. Even if you collect cards or don't, it's a fun time. Come on in, hang out with us. We'll run 6 to 9 trade nights. Bring your cards, bring your stories, bring your memories. have that conversation. Let's buy some cards. Let's trade some cards. Let's have some fun. And I'll be buying that day too. So if you have some cards you want to get rid of and turn it into some income, I'd be happy to do that for you.
When was the last one you had? It's been a little bit of a while, hasn't it?
It was the same day as the Soderstrom signing. It was that night. And so people stuck around right after. We turned that afternoon. Here's the cool one for you, young man, Whitey.
Yeah. That's pretty cool to begin with.
September 7th. Okay, it's a Sunday.
Yep.
That's the first weekend of NFL football. Okay, because they have, I think, a Thursday night game to kick it off. So September 7th, Sunday, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., we're going to get ready to be excited for you. Junk Wax Rip Night.
Ooh.
What does that mean? That means old farts like me and Whitey are going to be ripping wax from the 1986 to 1993 era. It's $20 to get in. It's going to give you some beverages, some pizza, and I'm going to have hundreds of packs laid out. And you, as the attendee, will be able to pick 20 packs of your choice.
20.
And we're going to sit down and we're going to rip and reminisce. We're going to talk, I remember when Jose Canseco, and then you talk about the stories. I will tell you that people that come into my store that want to sell cards are one of two people. Active collectors that really enjoy buying and selling sports cards today, vintage or otherwise, or the 40-something-year-old guy who's calling me right now. 40-something-year-old guy.
Focus.
I can't. This guy's calling me.
You're on.
I literally told him I'm on the radio and he calls.
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people? Just buy tickets to that Second Autograph Expo and leave me alone. Or it's that 40-something that goes, I haven't collected since I was a kid. I've been dragging these cards from house to house, from attic to attic. And I just was wondering if you would want to buy them. And I go, let me just guess. And usually I can look down and see the color schemes.
Right.
And go, oh, that's 1990 Fleer. I don't even have to look at them.
Yeah.
And they go, how do you know? I was like, dude, I'm an expert. I have a show on the radio. Okay. So then they go, prove it. And I go, that's 1990 Don Russ. That's 1989 Topps. And then they look and they're like, yeah. But I'm the Grim Reaper telling them how bad their collection is. So, and then my favorite thing that they'll say is, but you don't understand. I have a Jose Canseco rookie card.
Yes, I
like,
know.
Oh my good. Oh my God. Yeah, that's worth nothing. But it's about reminiscing. It's about ripping. It's about old farts like you and I.
I will be leading the group discussion, the panel discussion on BJ Surhoff and why he belongs in the Hall of Fame. BJ
Surhoff, Future Stars 1987. We'll talk about
Milwaukee Brewers.
We'll talk about Future Stars. Gary Sheffield, 1989 Topps, where he's wearing braces. How about Greg Jeffries, Future Stars, 1989 Topps, where he has his hands on his knees and he's ready to field. We'll talk about Chris Sabo, the incredible Chris Sabo, Todd Zeal. I'm thinking about these names how about the fact that Jose Canseco has a twin brother named Ozzy that was in 1989 Upper Deck? We'll probably not have some 89 Upper Decks. Those packs go for about $15 a piece. But you can get all the 1990 Don Russ packs you want. The point of it is we'll have baseball, we'll have football, we'll have some Junk Wax basketball. It'll be a great time. I'm really looking forward to it.
Like fun.
It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
It's going to be a blast.
It's funny, I have one baseball card binder, and there's some stuff like early on, like 72 Hank Aaron and Clemente and Willie Mays, and you keep going to the ones that I treasured. You get to 1983, and there's a Wade Boggs
83, yeah.
And then you keep going. It's like, ooh, rated rookie, Greg Jeffries and Mark Grace, Donruss, 88. It's like,
88 Donruss had Tom Glavine and Mark Grace as the two rookies in that set, and Roberto Alomar. And all of them go for $1. They go,
Tom Glavine looks like he's about 14.
Yeah, they all look really young. It's just so funny. It's just so funny nowadays. I saw, randomly enough, I was on Instagram Reels this morning, just kind of thumbing through, and they showed Bernard King, the basketball player, meeting Mark Price. And I was like, oh, okay, where's Mark Price? And he was talking to some old man with a belly. I was like, where's Mark Price? I was like, oh my goodness, that's Mark Price?
Wow.
Our heroes are getting old. I mean, we lost Hulk Hogan this week, and Ozzy Osbourne and Theo Huxtable. We lost those guys.
Chuck Mangione.
Who?
Chuck Mangione.
Is that the trumpet player?
Yeah.
84 years old?
I don't know how old.
Call me Christopher Laud, man. I'm pop culture. I know my stuff. I have no clue who that guy is, but I saw it once.
But you know,
it burned in my brain.
I don't know who that is, but I know my stuff.
I know that he's 84 and he died and he played trumpet.
Okay, yeah.
For a guy that I'd never even heard of earlier this week, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Gold star.
If you don't mind, I'm just kind of just patting myself on the back here. Oh, MC said that he played flugelhorn and trumpet. That's what I was.
I don't remember that song. Everyone, if you've ever heard it, you remember it.
It's all about that flugelhorn. It's done by Meghan Trainor cover.
Yes.
All about the flugelhorn. All right, let's keep going. These great topics.
Well, we were talking about Mark Price. I bet you, no matter how big his belly is, I bet you he could still
whoop me
in free throws shooting, especially. Yeah.
That's what, you know, who says that? Old man. I bet you I could still beat you in a free throw.
I bet he could.
Do you remember seeing Bob Cousy in the movie Blue Chips?
He
was. Seriously?
I don't know that.
Do you know what the movie Blue Chips is?
Yeah, is that Nick Nolte and Shaq, right?
Correct. Who else is in there?
I think Bob Cousy.
That's correct. So what he's doing is he's talking about the recruiting process and everything, and he's shooting a one-take shot, and he makes like 15 in a row free throws as he's talking and having his discussion on it, of his lines. It's pretty impressive.
I'll give you a little bump set, and you can spike. Mark Price's brother, who played for the Kings, was
Brent.
Yeah,
same haircut. Mark Price was a dog.
Yeah,
I mean him and Stockton both were tied for shortest shorts and best white guy in the NBA. Right? Mark Price was a dog. That was a great team too. Brad Daugherty.
Of course, Larry Bird played during some of that period, but you're right. Mark Price was the best white guy in the league.
I said shortest shorts and best white guy. Larry's shorts were fairly long.
They were.
They went almost to the mid-thigh. I don't want to say how high John's was, but like, you know.
That movie Blue Chips was directed by the guy who made The Exorcist. What? I've never heard of this movie. Is this a popular movie?
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Blue Chips?
Yeah,
we're looking for a new producer that knows
movie?
sports, guys. Anybody want to join us?
Blue Chips is not a necessary thing to put on my resume to work here, right? Like, that can't be this most important
this
thing.
Yeah,
is
I'll be getting back to you on that.
Is there any way to embarrass yourself more than saying, what is Blue Chips?
It's an unforced error. He didn't have to say anything, right? He hasn't said anything the whole show, and he's always welcome.
He goes, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but I don't know anything about the show you're talking about.
I'm eager to learn, guys. This is my point.
Yeah, MC's like, what's Shaq, dude? I think Penny was in that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
It's
it
no
looks
Shazam,
crazy. I just don't know how. Why haven't you guys told me this before? Is my point.
It's terrible acting. It's like watching Space Jam and thinking Muggsy Bogues is going to do something amazing, which he didn't. So, do you know what Space Jam is?
No, never heard of it.
Okay.
With LeBron, right?
Oh my god! Oh,
I'm joking. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. He
rubbing my
gotcha.
face. Oh,
He gotcha.
all right. Best actor that's an athlete. Ray Allen did pretty good in He Got Game. He was not bad at all.
Yes, the greatest scene in that movie. I may have mentioned it before in the show. I apologize, but it's worth mentioning again. There's a scene where he's playing Denzel one-on-one, and it's a little odd. There's a moment that's awkward, and it's because the fact of the matter is it was scripted, and Ray Allen's supposed to win by a certain amount, and Denzel is like really playing him. Because Denzel played at Fordham.
Oh, he did.
Ray Allen beats him, but in the scene, it was supposed to be like acted out, and Denzel really played him in that one-on-one scene. And there's a minute there where Ray Allen's like, whoa, what's going on here? It's a great scene.
Another guy that actually plays really well is Adam Sandler. I don't know if you saw that movie where he was like somebody that brought a foreigner into the United States to learn how to play. He went by Bull. And Anthony Edwards is in that movie, and he's pretty good in that movie too.
Yeah?
Yeah, and so was Kevin Garnett in the other movie with Adam Sandler. So
Uncut
you got
Gems or what is
yeah,
it?
Uncut Gems. You got some guys that can actually act.
I'm afraid to ask this. Anthony, have you seen He Got Game?
I love He Got Game. I have a signed copy of He Got Game from Spike Lee.
Goodness,
Really?
What?
Yes, I have a signed copy of He Got Game from Spike
I'll
Lee.
buy that.
Talk about total redemption. That wasn't it, but it was close.
Speaking of redemptions, let's talk about next week where I'm going to be.
Yes.
Now that I think about it, I will be back. Oh shoot, you may have to do the show solo. Maybe we'll bring a guest. Maybe we'll bring.
Oh, really?
Please don't fist pump on the radio. I will be
Dreams
gone.
do come true.
I will be gone. I will be
You're
going
Chicago?
to Chicago for
You gotta
the
at least,
National.
You gotta at least check in. We gotta. Yeah, if you're there, we gotta have.
Okay, so the weird part about it is I'm going to be at the National for a very short time.
Oh.
I'm flying out Wednesday, and then all day Thursday, which is the 31st, I'm going to be running all over the place at the National, trying to see friends, trying to buy a few cards, trying to sell a few cards. I'll be
I thought you weren't even going this year.
I was on the fence.
Yeah.
But there's a particular Jordan card that I want to sell. You've seen it, the 86 Fleer, the 86. Sorry, I'm wrong again.
85 star.
85 star Jordan rookie card, PSA 6 I have. That card's worth about $30,000. I'm going to try to sell that while we're there. I also have that Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Becker's PSA 10 triple autograph number 10 card. That card I'm going to try to sell. So I'm going to bring some cards there to sell if I can. All day the 31st. And then I fly out the 31st to go to Kansas because, as you may know, I own a title company and it's in Junction City, Kansas. So I got to fly into Kansas City and then drive 2 hours to Junction City, Kansas, do an event with my title company,
Yeah, we
and
don't
then
have
fly
violin
home.
music instead of this new wave stuff.
Couldn't you have taken one extra day? If you had taken one extra day of vacation, I would have had to not talk to you for 3 straight weeks because you would have been last week, this week, and I won't be here next week. That's kind of what we need
Yeah.
between us.
That's great because that's going to be a huge show. It always is, but especially in Chicago.
It's been in Cleveland. It was in Cleveland last year.
Mhm.
I don't look when I go in a venue, I don't know where I'm at, whether it's New Jersey, Cleveland, or Chicago. But I will tell you that Chicago is a lot of fun to be at and enjoy the event and the city. I've always enjoyed Chicago, especially the food. I'm a foodie, so wherever it is that I can get great food, I'm all about. The last 5 years have had the National at 3 different locations. Chicago, great location. Donald E. Steffens Center, I think is what it's called. Great place there. And then we had the Cleveland one at the IX Center. It used to be like a defense building base where the military would build spaceships and satellites and stuff like that. They've exited and now it's an event center. Very big.
Now they have card
pretty cool.
shows.
Now they have card shows there.
Used to build spaceships. Now they have a card show coming in.
More revenue. And then a few years back, they had it in Atlantic City. That was a horrendous place.
Really?
Yeah, it was not enjoyable. If those of you that are listening to this show live in New Jersey, you kind of know what I'm talking about. It was very nerve-wracking.
Taking shots here.
You were getting shot at while you were going in Atlantic City. From my hotel to the venue, I'd take an Uber, and the Uber guy would, like, let's say there was at night and we'd stop at a stoplight. The Uber driver would look around and he'd run the stoplight to go. He's like, I'm not stopping here. I'm just going to keep going. It's like, wow. Okay. Probably shouldn't have it in Jersey if this is some of the concerns of the locals here. If the locals are scared, I'm triple scared. Triple scared.
So it'll be a while before we're back at Atlantic City for the National.
Never.
Yeah.
Oh, just to let you know. So this is the rumor. I have it on high alert that it's true that New Jersey and Atlantic City wanted the National there so badly that they let them rent out the entire venue for free, zero charge. So what they did was they said, all right, if we're going to do that, let's figure out our way to do revenue. So they put a blocker of all things cell phone and internet on the venue, and you had to pay $80 to use their Wi-Fi there.
Woo.
Whitey, if you and I were in the same building and we're standing next to each other and I tried to call you, it wouldn't go through. So you couldn't have anybody do comps. You couldn't tell somebody where you're going to meet them unless you paid the ransom, which was $80 a day for the fee. And about however many thousands of people that attended were like, I can't have my kid go to that side of the building without a cell phone. So he's going to pay the 80. I'm going to pay the 80. Like, they made probably way more than if they just rented out the venue and provided free Wi-Fi. So starting tomorrow at True Sports Cards, we're putting blockers on. The cards are free, but it's $80 to be able to get the internet.
By the way, if I may, real quickly, took my son-in-law, Jack, up to True Sports Cards for the first time this week, and he got some really nice Pokemon stuff. and I picked up a Xander Bogaerts auto.
Yeah.
And thank you. You guys treated us very well.
And I got to tell you, it's
Emmer
such
wasn't even there when we first got there, so it's not like, Emmer's like, here, have all this stuff. But his staff treated us extremely well. Thank you.
it's such a pleasure to have you shopping at True Sports Cards with your family, which is polar opposite than the other drive guy, Kyle Draper, who doesn't come in during work hours when we're open. Hey, man, what are you doing this morning? It's Christmas Eve. What am I doing this morning? I'm with my family. Hey, man, I'm gonna need you to help cook me up. Can I come by the store? And then he comes to get something the morning that we're closed, and then goes, "Well, what's that?"
That's
well,
because
what's
you're
that?
his guy.
I don't even know why I did it. I brought Beckett with me. He's got a sniffly nose, and then Drapes is gonna be like, "Hey, man, you're my guy. Do you think we could?" Both of you are always welcome
Thank you for
during
high-fiving-
open
Yeah.
hours.
Thank you for high-fiving Kenji, our grandson.
Oh my goodness, Kenji's a cutie. I can't wait for him and Beckett to grow up together.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. He was a little young. I wanted to get him some cards. Just like, nah, not yet. A little young. But we'll get
Yeah,
there.
well, that's what top loaders are for.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what I had in the topics for you, sir.
We haven't talked about Jonathan Kuminga and the Kings yet. I know.
Let's
you
go
had that
quickly
on your board.
because nothing's happened yet. So
Mhm.
we might as well quickly go on this. You've been paying attention. What's the deal with Kuminga? Alan Stiles from Midday talked about it this week and mentioned something which kind of got me, that he believes that if Kuminga comes in, DeRozan's going to be out, and it's kind of one of those things. It's kind of a done deal if it does happen. Give me your 30-second synopsis on what you believe is going to happen.
There are so many moving parts. It still looks like something of a long shot, but there's no question based on the reporting that the Kings are continuing to, hey, what about this? What about this? So, yeah, I think it still is unlikely. I think if it does happen, and they are making some progress, if it does happen, I agree. And I know Anthony Slater was the first I heard mention this on our Drive Guy show. He said, yeah, if you bring in Kuminga, there's going to have to be at least one major piece that you're going to have to move out, or else Kuminga would not want to come here in the first place. So
Yeah.
theoretically, that would most likely be DeRozan.
Right. So here's where I'm thinking right now. What I saw most recently was the offer was Devin Carter, a protected first, and there's something else.
Saric.
Saric. That's right. And Saric played for the Warriors. They're familiar with him already. He played recently, like within the last 4 years.
Yeah,
for
and he
him.
wasn't very good. He hasn't been the same since he tore up his knee.
He's a top of the key jump shooter. He's not going to play very much defense. He's a defensive liability, maybe an offensive plus, but he's salary filler at this point. So Kuminga is going to want to go somewhere that he will probably sign an extension. I wouldn't mind Kuminga at all. I think he's a great player. Nice, tall player with a little bit of strength. He has some back to the basket moves. I think he'd be good.
He wants a place where he can blossom.
Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want that? But I think what ends up happening is when the Warriors look at this, they're going to want an unrestricted free first rounder.
Unprotected.
Unprotected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may come down to that. Yeah.
At this point, dude, I mean, Scott Perry was on with Dave earlier this week.
Carmichael Dave? He can't even get on the Sep show.
Can't get on the fishing show.
That's true, by the way. Dave called the fishing show. They wouldn't put him on. So I hear.
They run a tight ship.
Hey, if Dave calls to talk about this, don't put him through. He won't call. He doesn't listen to us. Yeah, I just think that Kuminga is an opportunity that the Kings should really look into. They don't want Malik, them being the Warriors. I would be really sad if we lost Malik for lots of reasons. One of them is that I have an ungodly amount of signed Kings jerseys of Malik Monk. But secondarily, he is a heart and soul of this team. I would hate for him to go. I'm liking Devin Carter more this year than last year, but at the same time, if you could get a Kuminga for Carter, it's a no-brainer. You take it. I think Maxime and Clifford are doing incredible things as rookies.
You know who the Warriors actually like, according to reports? Keon Ellis.
Smoking crack. There's no way that this guy's going to be dealt. He is.
You might have to include him if you wanted to get it done.
Think so?
Yeah, it might come down to that because the Warriors don't want Malik, like you say. I still think it's kind of a long putt, but they're
I will
talking
pass.
about it.
I will pass because Keon is going to make money more than what he's making now. but he's certainly not going to ask for close to max money, which I think a Kuminga could ask for. Close to max money.
Keon Ellis does all the little things that help you win. Jonathan Kuminga is not interested in doing those things.
And I got to tell you something else. I love homegrown talent. Keon Ellis played for the Stockton Kings. He is a king through and through. He grinded his way through, and you don't reward the guy who worked so hard to get where he's at by shelving him off. But he's looking at the Warriors. He's like, I get to play with Curry. Maybe I will take. Maybe I will take that.
Yeah, still a ways to go, but they're still talking about it. So
we got one big topic to talk about before we end today's show, so we've got plenty of time to talk about this. But let's talk about SGC versus PSA. It's in the Chateau on YouTube.
Yes.
We'd love to take your calls at 916-339-1140 if you have a topic about this too. So Peg Junk has been talking about this. Peg, if you want to call in, be happy to take a call at 916-339-1140 and we can talk about it. But just recently, the SGC president, Peter, can't remember his last name, starts with an S. Let's see here. SGC president, young guy too. His name is Peter Steinberg. Peter Steinberg. I've had some interactions with him in conversations in the past at the National, etc. Young guy. He came in to SGC about 7 years ago as a 20-something. I want to say he was in his mid-20s. He'd worked at SGC in the back. He did various different roles and then eventually worked his way up to being the president and face of the company for SGC. And when SGC happened 7 years ago, when Peter took over, they were a niche group, not really relevant, talking about mainly vintage and maybe a few modern pieces here or there. But Peter and his hard work and his team and his dedication and his vision built SGC to basically the second best company in grading, surpassing companies like GMA, which is a off-brand company, CGC, which is more of a comic book and TCG kind of company grading, as well as what was a Titan at one time, Beckett grading. And so they came into second place and was really giving PSA a run for their money because they were grading so quickly. I mean, they were getting cards in their door and out their door in 5 days. It was incredible for slightly less than what PSA was doing.
Wow.
So you're looking at it, and I've always loved the look of their grading. They use the tuxedo look, which is the black bordered versions of it. And so as you recall, audience, about a month ago, SGC called me and said, hey, Emran, we're dissolving the program for dealers to submit at a reduced price. So we were able to do prices at a discount from your regular retail, and we handled all of it. They went away. They made me pay the same amount as any Tom, Dick, or Harry off the street, which is fine. That's their choice. Keep in mind that about a year and a half ago, Collectors, who owns PSA, also acquired SGC. Well, when they pulled the dealer ability to submit, I go, something's going on here. I think we all felt that way.
Your spider senses were tingling.
Correct. Among other things, including my phalanges and my metatarsals.
Sometimes that just means you have to go to the bathroom, but that wasn't the case.
Or I have diabetes type 2 and I ate a cupcake. That's true too.
Right.
Jessica can attest to that.
Neither of
It was
those
neither
things.
of those things. It was my spidey senses that were tingling. And then I go, something's going to happen where they're going to create the SGC office to be the Florida PSA office. And then some of the SGC guys are going to end up grading for PSA. Well, on the Sports Card Nonsense podcast just a couple of days ago, Ryan Hoge, who is the president, or he's a high up role executive within PSA, confirmed these facts. And in fact, Peter Steinberg stepped down as SGC's president just a couple of days ago, effective immediately. I've been in corporate for a while, but in real estate, I know language. Effective immediately means abruptly, unexpectedly, allegedly. I don't know for sure, but like nobody goes, you know what? I've been the face of the company for 7 years and tomorrow I'm done. Unless something drastic happened. Right? That's my guess.
Yes.
So, and he doesn't have a role within the company. He's stepping down and he's going to take some time before he looks at his next venture. I've heard that before. I've seen it before. I've been a part of that before in the corporate world. And so Ryan Hoge is now taking over for PSA as the director of all things grading. And he said, we are purposely going to treat SGC as a boutique brokerage, as a boutique company. So you're going to see us reduce our amount so that way we can get back to our 5 to 15 day grading. And we're purposely going to slow it down. I don't like these words.
No.
What do you think of that, Whitey? As somebody that's just hearing this all for the first time, and for those of you that are in the chateau on YouTube, or you want to call in 916-339-1140, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
That's just not in the best interest of the consumer/customer/collector.
Less choices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, us as a store, I submitted my application for dealership with CGC, which is the third most used grading company right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted some options. I can still send to SGC, and as a regular consumer, you're welcome to do that as well. But I have a feeling that PSA and Ryan, the director, said it on the podcast. He says, we've invested tens of millions of dollars to grow PSA, so it made no sense for us to do that to two different brands. It doesn't feel good,
I had a
man.
nightmare last night, Emron, and I woke up in a cold sweat. And in my nightmare, all we had as card collectors, we had Fanatics and we had PSA, and that was it.
We're not too far from that.
I know.
It's the heyday for me.
I turned to my wife and I said, I had this nightmare. She said, shut up.
Wake
Go back
up.
to sleep and leave me alone.
Wake up! Fanatics is going to own all of the licensing.
Yeah.
Do you know what this means?
Yeah.
She goes, shut.
She wasn't as concerned as I am.
She was less concerned than you were.
She's often, sees things a little more clearly.
MC says, talk about a monopoly. That's totally
yeah.
true.
Yes.
Right? So you've got cards coming from one location. You have at least licensed cards coming from one location. You've got one company that's absorbing others. These mergers of these big companies always scare me a little bit. CGC bought JSA Authentication.
Mm-hmm.
So they're combining forces so where they can do authentication of on-card autographs and slabbing it. So I'm just trying to give our customers some options, because right now SGC is not one of the options that we're putting together. And if Beckett, not my son, but if Beckett Grading could ever get their act together, I would love to use them, but they just can't stop stubbing their own toe.
Clearly, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to start your own grading company. And I'll be one of your graders.
Who wants to be an investor
looks good
with
to
me?
me? 10. I don't know.
If
I'll
I
be
could-
one of your graders.
If I could gather 25 million people
Mm-hmm.
to donate, to put $1 in the pot, let's go get Beckett Grading,
Uh-huh.
right? And we'll
Yeah.
have Beckett be my little baby Beckett be the face of Beckett Grading. Let's restart this bad
People
boy.
in the chat can be graders for
Yes.
you. They'll do the best they can.
Who's the
That's all.
director of grading? It's Peg Junk. Oh yeah? Who is it that's in charge of authentication? Well, of course it's going to be Vanny Do Legit.
Right.
Let's do it,
Best
guys.
Grading company out there.
I'm telling you, AG says Dr. Beckett needs to buy back this company. I think it's a fraction of what it used to be, and it's a legacy name.
Mm-hmm.
It's like buying Kodak.
I know a guy
Or-
who named his son Beckett.
What a dork.
No, it's fine.
Oh, wait,
It's a really sweet kid.
Wait, I did that.
You did that. You're
I
the guy. I was
I
talking
did
about
that.
you.
And so I feel like this is a sad day to have corporate make decisions that really whittle down consumer options.
Yeah.
It's sad. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
And when you think about the
It's un-American.
it's about America, and these choices are being taken away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Late 2000s, early 2010s was a great time in options. You had Upper Deck had basketball, and you had Tops with Tops Chrome football, and you had Upper Deck football, and you had this, and there was a selection. There was all kinds of different choices for you as a
The best
consumer.
thing about that is then, as a consumer, you let them battle it out to see who can do the best job of giving you what you want.
And that's the point, is that you could choose and say, I like Panini Prism, but I don't like Donruss Elite. So instead, I'm going to go buy Topps Chrome Football. That's awesome. Those would be awesome times for us to have. Upper Deck, if you're ever a collector and you want to buy some product that actually has people who wore it on the field or on the court, go buy Upper Deck mid to late 2000s. You're going to see swatches that say this was game worn, not Panini versions of it that says, this guy kind of walked past this jersey.
It's also interesting, Imran, and I don't know if one has anything to do with the other. Maybe you can tell us, but as things have cooled down a lot from what they were during the pandemic, you go to a retail outlet like Target now, and this has happened a number of times, and you see boxes of cards available, like days after they were stocked. The day they're stocked, it's like it's full. We didn't used to see that. On the one hand, okay, cool, I can get cards, whereas before I couldn't. But the demand is clearly not there. It has to do with prices, I think, with a lot of things that you would understand better than I would. There's just a lot of interesting things going on right now.
It's to have this news or him retire from his role 1 week before the National.
Yeah.
That's strategic.
Uh-huh.
Because he could have easily just hemmed and hawed and smiled his way through this, and then on the backside of the National, been like, oh, now this is a significant topic that's going to be brought up during the National about grading and whether or not we're looking at a monopoly. And again, they said, well, we're going to really focus. Ryan, the guy from PSA, said, we're really going to focus on continuing to grow the brand of PSA. Well, okay, I get it, right? You're getting 1.9 million cards a month, and you're telling me that you're going to take some of the SGC staff. This is his quotes, not mine. SGC staff and move them over to PSA. Well, you guys have a ton of money. Hire the appropriate amount of people from PSA, keep SGC staff that way, and increase that. If you're telling me that the reason why we're behind is because we don't have enough staff to cover it, it tells me that you have enough money to hire the right people to continue the success of a brand.
Mm-hmm.
If I start running out of the ability to have cards go online, you know what I do? I get more staff members to help me put more cards online, so that way the revenue covers itself, the growth of your company. And to not want to grow the SGC brand to where now you're telling me we're behind because we're getting so many SGC cards. What does that say? That says to me, people love SGC as an alternative to PSA. So why wouldn't you scale that up in addition to the scale up of PSA?
Right.
And I don't know. I'm just reading between the tea leaves, and I don't know where things are going, but I can only guess, and it's just upsetting.
It's just so it's reading the tea leaves or reading between the lines. You don't read between the tea leaves. It's not what you do.
Oh yeah,
all right, Anthony.
No. That's not what you do. I get tea
There's
leaves.
nothing
I
between
put
the
a
tea
book.
leaves to read.
I put a Beckett monthly magazine in between the two tea leaves, and I read it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you
Each his own.
don't. When's your next vacation?
3 weeks. Not that I'm counting.
Not that I'm counting every hour, every minute.
Well, that's unfortunate. It's a little. You say it's makes you sad. It's just, to me, it's a little makes me anxious. It's like, where's this all headed? As far as there's many, many, many much more important things going on in the world. We know, but that's our little corner away from some of that is our hobby. And now with the hobby facing some of these monopoly issues and prices going up and up and up, it's a little concerning more than sad to me.
We got a couple more minutes before I have to close the show because Anthony's in our ear. But before we leave, we got to talk about Topps Chrome. This just came out on Wednesday. We have Jumbo, Hobby, and Blasters in our store. Blasters have been flying. Hobby, moderate. Jumbo's not so much. I think the price points are really kicking people's butt on this. But more importantly, and Topps, learn from this, you have an exorbitantly big checklist of autographs of rookies that is unnecessary. There's 166 choices for rookie autographs, and you have some awesome ones, including Nick Kurtz, right? Including Cam Smith from the Houston Astros. But you've got a bunch of left-handed middle relievers as well. And when you're paying $300+ for a box of Hobby guaranteed one autograph, it's incredibly disappointing to have this checklist. And the boxes are basically you're really going up against this really long checklist.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate that they went that way.
Unfortunate, and makes me a little anxious. Yes, but they're beautiful cards.
You're an anxious guy. Want to go have a beverage after this?
Maybe 2.
Close this out, my man. I talked too much today.
Thank you, Emran. Emran, next week, hopefully, will be joining us from the National
Probably
show
not.
in Chicago.
Probably
I'll talk
not.
him into it.
No.
Have a great rest of your weekend. We appreciate it. We'll see you at True Sports Cards.
Card store.